Hello, I'm back and now I'm ready to sew my rows together to make my final block. I do like to press my seams to one side. Um, I find that I can do a lot better job of nesting my seams when I do that. The directions do say that feel free to press open if you're someone who likes to press open. I've gone back and forth with pressing open versus pressing to one side, and it's just a matter of, sometimes it just depends on the project and how the blocks come together, and so kind of I decide per each project. So in this project, I have figured out that you can make it so that the seams will nest with each block next to each other. So that's what I'm preferring to do on this particular one. But you, like I say, make your own choice of whether you're going to press open or going to press to one side. As I lay this out, when I take it to the machine, I do like to either pin. I am a pinner, at least in those critical spots, instead of just holding, especially on the small blocks. Sometimes people on small blocks say, I don't need to hold to pin, I can just hold. I feel like the small blocks are, pretty critical in terms of accuracy. And so I usually like to do a little bit of making sure that it's in the right place before I put it underneath the machine. Since I am going to nest my seams, I'm going to do a little bit of glue basting. I'm not sure if you've ever tried glue basting before. I like to just simply use my glue basted that I use for my applique. I find that it's I like using it out of the needle nose applicator because it takes just a very little bit of glue. I do not like to glue baste if I'm going to press my seams open, because the gluing is going to glue those seams closed. And so when you go to try to press them open, it is definitely going to mean that you're going to have to pop that seam open, which isn't the easiest. I just feel like, that you can stretch your block out of shape trying to do that. So I definitely do pinning usually when I'm going to do my opening my seams with the iron. When I glue baste, I like to hit it in 4 places. I put a dot of glue on each corner, and then I put a dot of glue on both sides of where the seam is. And when I do the dot of glue, it's just, if you can see that, it's just a very, very small dot, and it's within the seam allowance. And so I'm going to then just flip this over, and I can feel, and I also kind of peek in there to make sure that I am getting my raw edges matched, getting my points there, getting it all lined up, making sure I'm kind of square all the way around. And I heat set it with the iron. I then kind of look to make sure that I've got it all square along the way, so that I can make sure that when it presses out in my final pressing, that it's going to be nice and square. I will go and sew this with my 1/4 inch seam. I will come back, and the directions show pressing it towards the middle, so I'll press down. Then I will do my glue dots again and put this on and go back to the machine and do the final row attachment. Excuse me. So happy sewing, and I'll meet you back at the cutting table to talk about trimming up after they're all sewed together.